Alright, this video is gonna be a makeup class because this morning, I think, well, I'm just gonna say it anyway because I already said it in my IELTS day 5 video, but I had an awful sleep schedule because yesterday I came home late and I couldn't sleep and I stayed awake for the whole day, and I literally went to sleep at 7 a.m. this morning. I woke up at 11 a.m. So yeah, I didn't get the greatest sleep. But I'm gonna spend like whatever time I have now to mess around with Cakewalk. Um, yeah, I also need to finish watching this tutorial.
Welcome to this complete. Whereas, use the sends to send part of the track content to other tracks and mix it to the project tempo set
here
above. Use Control and
Yeah, I was
X.
here. I was literally here. Okay, let me open my files. Okay, it's loading. It's loading. Yep, there we go. This is what I was working on 2 days ago. So we're gonna go back to this. Yeah, that sounded decent. Good. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep like working on this, guys, and I'm gonna keep like. Oh my god, some fucking asshole is literally honking outside of my house right now. What a fucking cunt. Anyway.
C and V on a selected clip to cut, copy, and paste it. You can click and drag over it to select a limited portion to cut and copy. Use the Delete key to remove the clip instead. Always use Control and Z to undo. In addition, you can click and drag from the top corners of any clip to add fade transitions to change its volume in time when it begins or ends. Now let's see how to manage the tracks on the timeline. All the properties for audio, MIDI, and instrument tracks are all listed on the left. If you do not see these, extend the tracks enough or change the options from the top. You can use the M button to mute the current track and the S button to make it solo, muting all other tracks. You can check the decibel meter for the instant volume level coming from the track and set on I and O the correct input and output source to use. Under FX, you can include several effects including delays, reverb, distortions, and much more with the plus button. Under FX.
Okay. And trap. And this. Where's it at? It's down here. I wish there's a faster way to remove the fucking green space thingy. It's so annoying. Like, it's legit one of the most annoying fucking tools. Anyway. This is the trap. I'm sure this is a drum, I believe. Step sequence trap. Yeah. Yeah, this is a drum. Alright, let's give it a try. That's cool. Alright. What if I change the effects of my drums to reverb, pitch, one knob, bass. I want to add more bass. How to add more bass? bus phase bass. Bish. I don't think I can add more bass. Yeah, I don't know how to add more bass.
You can include several effects, including delays, reverb, distortions, and much more with the plus button. Then, click on any effect name to edit its properties, or on its I/O button to turn it on or off. Right-click on it.
Oh. So I have distortion here. I can just click here to turn it off. Okay, what would it sound like if I turn it off? And I need to mute. I need to mute. Fuck. Need to mute that. And let's give it a try. Cool. There's actually a difference. Like, I can hear the difference. That's cool.
On it to either change or remove it. Whereas to remove the whole track, just right-click on it and go to Delete Track.
Or just click on it and delete. Can't do that? If delete. No? If I wish there's a trash button somewhere around here so I can tell. Oh, that's annoying to find.
At the bottom, you can open other special tracks, such as the metronome and the master track, which collects the overall sound from your project. In addition, you can open the inspector panel on the left to get several options for your current track selected on the left and for the master track on the right. With the gain knob, adjust the volume at the input source before any filter or effect is applied on it. Whereas, use the sends to send part of the track content to other tracks and mix sound.
What?
Tune the pan knob to balance the left and right stereo outputs and adjust the output volume level on the decibel meter after all the filters and effects are added. With the Pro channel, you can apply a professional equalizer by dragging each node on the frequency diagram. You can also open a detailed panel with the fourth button on top, which also includes a very useful
Where is that detail button? Is it this? Mine is already open. Oh, okay. So I can do this. Ah, I see. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, cool. Oh, I can write description and stuff. Cool. All right, that's cool.
compressor. Remember to click on the I/O buttons to turn on and off any of these.
Okay, I get it now. So every single one of these will have this button, and if I mess around with the audio here, I can like check the original audio with the mixed audio. So if I mess around here, it's already mixed, and if I want to hear the original again, I can just click this. Wow, that's actually very helpful. Holy crap.
Features. You can also open the console panel from the Views tab to get a
Console panel from the View tab. Okay. Oh, okay. It's already down here. I already have it. I opened it like a few days ago.
complete overview on all your tracks to adjust and mix these in one place.
Oh. Oh. I see. Master, metronome, preview, trap, electric piano, lo-fi piano. Ah. Oh.
Use the F key to compress these quickly. To save your project, go to File and then to Save As.
Oh god, wait. Holy crap. I'm getting a stomach ache. Give me a second, guys. Oh my god. Alright. Back.
Choose a CWB format to save all the options, the timeline content, and also all the files imported inside. Whereas choose CWP in case you want to save just the project, leaving the external files as links. If your project is ready to be exported, create a loop region to define what to render on the timeline and select all the tracks to be considered. Then go to File, Export, Audio, and set the correct file format. the
Ah.
destination folder, and several advanced audio options at the bottom. Thank you very much for watching this super short tutorial. Visit our YouTube channel for more outstanding guides, completely free.
Alright. That's literally it. That's literally every fucking thing that I need to know on how to use Cakewalk. So, literally the rest... What's going on here? What is this doing? Audio processing. Engine load. What? What is this? Okay, whatever. Anyway. Whatever that I want to do on Cakewalk from now on is all gonna be up to me. Which means that there are no more tutorials that teach us how to do stuff like this. Mixing vocals in Cakewalk by BandLab 4 years ago. It's really long. It's like a 41-minute video, dude. Cakewalk by BandLab, mastering for beginners. That video was 6 years ago. Okay, people need to fucking update their tutorials, man. Okay, yeah, that's literally it. Now that I'm done with the tutorial part of it, I think what I need to do now is to like mess around. What the fuck is this? Piano roll. What? Oh, this is the electric piano. Okay. Play track. Go. Okay, what am I missing from that song? I'm gonna go back to that song. I'm gonna go back to this song. That's 5, right? I think. Yeah, that's 5. That's 5. So I need to find a drum kit that sounds exactly like that. And I think I should delete this trap kit because it's useless now for me. Right, this is the only thing that I'm saving, my lo-fi piano, because it sounds the closest to. And I can always just like adjust it. Do like this and adjust it like this. There you go. See? Easy. I'm gonna make the song as whimsical and wacky as possible. Drum kits. What kind of drum is that? It sounds like a regular drum, like a. I don't know what kind of drum. A thump. A trash. Okay, you know what? Since I'm using lo-fi piano, I might as well use lo-fi drums. Why are my settings up here? Okay. There we go. I wish there's a way for me to like have the audio just opens like this by default. I don't know how it works though. Okay, I think it's lagging or something. Oh, okay. D has no sound for some reason. what? Wait, what? Oh, 4 drums. Okay. Oh! I think there's a combination between the drum and the hi-hat. How'd I get the hi-hat sound here? Where's this one? What? What? That's a stronger. That's much stronger than this. There has to be a fucking hi-hat in there. There's no way there isn't a hi-hat in there. Up. Hey. That's close enough, but it's not the same, but it's close enough. I want an effects on this. Why does it sound like that? Why does it sound so... Why is there so much oomph in that? Ah, this fucking green thing, stop. Yeah, 4. And then here and yeah, that's pretty close to this, but again, the drum sounds weird. That drum is more. That drum sounds way more oomph. I need an effects on these drums. Maybe distortion? I don't know. Let's just give it a try. Hmm. Okay. What the fuck? Why is this so goddamn hard? Maybe there's a delay. Maybe it's a delay. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a reverb? Pitch shift. Reverb. Why are so many types of reverbs here? What the fuck? Oh my god, it's a new fucking like. Ugh. Mine is like it's completely different. And the song is like mine is like so maybe the drum sounds are wrong? Oh my god. That's like oh. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's this. Okay. This. That's very similar. Man, this fucking guy. Like, holy crap. Ugh. Okay, yeah, this is as far as I can go. This is as well as I can do.
Here's how to make an EDM track completely from scratch. Start with a chord progression. Then layer with a bass line. Now add a rhythmic synth playing the same chords as earlier. Take a huge synth and create a lead pattern. Finally, add a simple house drum pattern. And now all we need is a vocal. I could put some words to a melody. And some transition and build-up effects. And some automations to add variation to the track. And here's how it will sound all together. The full track is linked in the sound below.
Okay, he didn't explain that well. Where was the track from? Full track is in the link. There's no link. Does this guy even know what he's saying? Track is symphony. Listen up, James. Okay. Okay, I'll give it a try. Yes. Oh, listen up, James. This is literally this fucking dude's channel. Bruh. Track is Symphony. Okay. You didn't, like, put a link down. I don't see a link. Either I'm dumb, or this guy's a fucking liar. I think this guy's a fucking liar. There's no links. Symphony. Sure, whatever. Okay, cool. So he just say a bunch of shit and then he doesn't actually give a link, and then I have to find a link, which is totally fine. Sure, it's totally fine. Tutorial. What are all these? Metro booming? What the fuck is a yeet? What the hell is yeet? What is house? Oh my god. This is not fun. Trying to find this. Oh, you know what? You know what? Fuck this guy. Listen up, James. Fuck you. I don't see any link. Maybe I'm fucking retarded.
Give me 14 minutes and I'll teach you the 3-step system I use to make my song sound professional every time. This is really easy to do, so even if you're a beginner at music production, I guarantee you'll understand and massively improve your music after this video. And in the end, I'll also prove it works by implementing it on the track, and you'll hear it instantly turn into professional quality. And lastly, if you like my teaching style and found this helpful, then feel free to check out my paid 7-day course where I teach things exactly like this. But anyways, let's get started. First,
Sure, you should plug yourself. There's nothing wrong with plugging yourself, but come on, at least, like, due diligence. You can show me how to make the sound first before you plug your own shit. Maybe I should watch. Maybe I should watch Synthet, cause Synthet, this guy actually understand what he's saying. Actually gives examples. Yeah, maybe I should watch this guy more. I also have a video on how to make a certain beat that I wanna recreate.
as someone who's made music for 14 years, I've truly realized that the most important part of your entire song is the cake, also called sound selection. This is the most boring part, but it's super important you learn this. I like to think of a song as a chocolate cake. This cake is the sounds and instruments you pick. On top of it is a little cream called mixing, and mastering is that cherry on top. So why the frick would you spend tons of time trying to improve the cream and cherry when 80% of your track has to do with the chocolate cake? You get like 5, 6, 7 times more bang for your buck if you just focus on the cake. No secret or advanced mixing technique is
Multi-band ultrasonic parallel compression is the one secret to fixing your track. What does that even mean? Multi-band ultrasonic parallel compression. Okay, I need to fucking... Sorry guys, give me a second. Let me save this shit. I'm gonna save this video in my personal playlist. Okay.
going to save your abomination of a cake if it looks like this. So how do you get better at sound selection? The first tip is you just need to go through or create a lot of freaking sounds. This is probably the simplest and most important tip you'll get in this video, but think about it. If you want a great lead and you look through 5 sim sounds versus looking through over 100 sounds, odds are the lead you find after going through 100 is going to sound way better. And tip number 2 is just to make sure you try sounds in context with your whole track. When you look through, let's say 100 kicks, throw in maybe the top 5 kicks you like the most into your project and try those 5 in context with your mix, and you'll
that actually is a great tip.
hear much better if it actually fits with your track. And tip number 3 is deeply analyze what you're inspired by. Let's say, for example,
Okay, the tip 3 seems like so fucking compulsive. Sorry, that's not the correct word. It seems counterintuitive. Man, I've been learning IELTS these past few days to the point where I am questioning my own credentials, I am questioning my own existence, and I am questioning my own vocabulary. Like, I'm literally trying so hard in all my capacities to articulate as well as I can, and I am getting the craziest migraine. Maybe I should stop for like a few days and then refresh myself and like stop giving a fuck about what I'm well, like which word I want to say or what word I need to use to say in the correct context. Fuck all that. I don't need to do any of that when I'm making music. Music is just about sounds. Music is all about it's all about that. IELTS dog fucking whoever created the IELTS system, they need to go fuck themselves. They need to fucking die. I don't fucking care.
love future bass, then look up your favorite artists in that genre and actively listen what type of instruments and sounds they're actually using. Do they
Easy.
use
Okay, this is actually a good tip. Okay.
small short kicks with a lot of sub bass, or is it big fat kicks with a lot of mids in it? What kind of synths are they using? Is it more plucky or more open synths? A lot of reverb, or is it very dry, etc. Then go through or create a lot of sounds just like that and try the best ones in context with your full track. And tip number 4 is
Yeah. You know what? I agree.
make sure to save the best sounds you find so you don't have to do this every time, and you'll save a lot of time. And don't worry, I'll show you more exactly how I find great sounds at the end of this video. And the second step in the system is 3D positioning. But here's the key: 3D positioning shouldn't be a completely separate step from sound selection. It's something you should keep in mind as you're selecting samples and instruments. So what do I mean by that? Imagine my voice in your mind as an instrument in this 3D room. The more high-end frequencies I add to my voice, the higher I'll be in this room. So the height, also called frequency spectrum, is how high or low sounds are in this room. And then we got panning, also called stereo spectrum, is how wide sounds are or how much they're panned to the left, right, or center. And depth, also called volume,
I didn't hear the
is how wide sounds are or how much they're panned to the left, right, or
I didn't hear the right part.
center. And depth, also called volume, is how forward or backward sounds sit in this room. Basically, it's like playing WoW the Builder, but you build a song instead. And once you start putting this into practice with every sound you choose, making professional sounding tracks becomes really easy, because every sound will already have its own space before you even started mixing the track. And don't worry if this seems a little bit abstract right now, I'll show you how to implement it in a minute. The third and final sauce in this
That's
system
actually so cool. Whoa. Okay, that second step is crazy cool. I didn't know. I had no idea. Whoa.
system is keys and octaves. It's crucial, but almost no one talks about this, even though it can dramatically improve the quality of your entire track with just a few quick tweaks. So first, the reason you may want to change the key of your track is because the quality of your sub bass depends on your key. If your sub is too low, it loses power and might not even be audible on some audio systems.
Whoa. Whoa.
If it's too high, it also loses power. So in this cheat sheet right here, you'll see the sweet spot for the
best sub bass notes. Sweet spots. Okay. What?
sub bass. And you can download this cheat sheet for free down below. And since this requires you to change the key of the entire track, there are moments when, for example, your vocalist can't sing in a certain register, or your lead starts sounding really bad if you move the key of the track. Sheet for free down below. And since this requires you to change the key of the entire track, there are moments when, for example, your vocalist can't sing in a certain register, or your lead starts sounding really bad if you move the key of the track too far. So basically the goal is to get as close to the sweet spot as possible without ruining other elements. And if you can't reach the sweet spot, there are some other sub bass fixes to make up for it. For example, one, you could add another octave of your sub bass to fill below or above where your sub bass would be missing frequencies. And the second thing you can do is to saturate the sub bass to fill up the higher end of the frequency spectrum that sub bass may be missing. And that's all you need to know about the sub bass. And then we have octaves. Moving an instrument up or down an octave can not only dramatically improve its sound by itself, but also separate it in the 3D space we talked about earlier. Because by moving it an octave, we also move the frequency content of the sound. And if you found this video helpful, it would mean a lot if you could just take a second to like or even subscribe. Cheers.
Not subscribing to you. This is only a one-time video. It's not worth subscribing. But I will save your video in the playlist, and I will rewatch this. I think that's like more helpful than subscribing, because the more you rewatch a video, the more views the video gains, the more revenue the creator actually gets instead of subscribes. I don't think subscribes like do anything for helping creators. I mean, it helps them grow and helps the algorithm, helps YouTube system, like put his channel in an algorithm that involves around music and then distribute out for viewers. I think that's helpful. Like, I think subscribers is helpful for that purpose. But I am not subscribing to you, dude.
Now that you understand the entire 3-step system, let's put it into practice and you'll see how massive of a difference it makes. So the track we're using is a kind of Kygo versus synthwave-ish track I quickly put together as an example.
Why the fuck is everyone into synth waves?
But remember, this system works for any genre of music.
Oh.
And this obviously sounds like trash. And if you were to place this track in the
Okay, I was about to say, it sound kinda eh. He literally just like shit on
3D space,
track,
it would look something like this. It's just a mess. So to fix this track, the first thing we should do is just look to see if the sub bass is in the sweet spot. It's from C sharp to D sharp, which is not the optimal place. So let's move it down 2 semitones to get it as close to the sweet spot as possible. So it goes from this to this. This sounds a lot better. So let's move the entire song down 2 semitones.
Sure.
And now the track sounds like this. And our 3D room is changing as well.
Oh.
Now let's fix the bass. Right now, and our 3D room track sounds like this. And this down 2 semitones, and now the track sounds like this. And our free.
Okay, I might have untrained ears, but I feel like that first part is more upbeat than the part that this guy changed. The 3D image isn't perfect, it's just a visual idea of what I hear.
The room is changing as well. Now let's fix the bass. Right now, if you listen to the bass in context with the chords, you can hear how they are both fighting for the same space. A solution to this may be
I can't even tell which one is which.
Octave.
Holy crap. Okay.
And boom, the difference is massive. The bass is now super easy to hear compared to before. Something I noticed now that is kind of obvious is that the sub bass is barely audible, and that's because it's so low in volume, so we need to just bring it forward by pumping that volume knob up.
Oh! Oh! Whoa!
The room is starting to take shape, but there's a lot more we can do. And the next thing is the chords.
Oh, that's interesting.
As you can see, I got 4 patterns of chords. The first one is an electric piano, then it's a regular piano, and then it's some high-end and low-end synthwave chords. And I think the synthwave chords sound good. So we don't have to change those.
He made an editing mistake here.
And I think the synthwave chords sound good. So we don't have
He made a fucking editing mistake right here. He literally had like a voice crack in the middle of his sentence.
synthwave chords sound good.
Sounds good. Oh, that's so fucking funny.
And I think the synthwave chords sound good, so we don't have to change those. But these
That's so
pianos, they sound way
funny.
too thin and weak. So a way to fill them up is just by adding another octave to them. I'll just copy and paste the bass line to add below the chords of this first piano.
Okay.
And we should probably move this B note down 1 octave so it's not too close to the other chords.
Okay.
And it sounds so much fuller. Let's try add another octave. But this obviously starts sounding bad, so that's too much. Let's go to the other electric piano. And this is way too thin as well, so let's add another octave. And boom, it sounds way bigger. Let's go to the other realistic piano. The problem is that it sounds way too chill. Since this is the drop, we need to find a new realistic piano that is more energetic and takes up more space in the frequency spectrum. But first, let's just add another octave. And now I'll just look through a bunch of piano presets, and since I already know which pianos generally sound good, I won't have to look through that many.
Oh my
But
god.
if you do this, make sure you take your time. So eventually I found this one. Let's
that
hear it in
sounds better.
context. And I'm going to mute the lead because it sounds like trash. And it's starting to sound good. Like, actually it's starting to sound really good. And the next thing I'm dig. And it's starting to sound good. Like, actually it's starting to sound really good. And the next thing I'm noticing
That's a
is
completely
the
different
hi-hat.
song by
So
now.
remember what I said about 3D really good. And the next thing I'm noticing is the hi-hat. So remember what I said about 3D positioning? Does this sound like it's in the center, to the sides, high or low in the room? It is in the center, but we want it to be more to the sides and maybe a bit higher in the frequency spectrum to give space.
Whoa, I can barely hear the fucking hi-hat when the song played.
It's high or low in the room. It is in the center, but we want it to be more to the sides and maybe a bit higher in the
Whoa, what the I barely hear that.
frequency spectrum to give space to the chords and
I can
lead.
kinda hear it, but it's so small.
All I'll do now is look through splice and loops in my sample packs, and the ones I think may fit, I'll throw them into my project and
Okay, he's just using a sample.
test it in context with the whole track. Sounds pretty good. Do not like that one. This was good. Sounds horrible. So I really like these three the most. So what I'll do is add these two here and this one here.
Oh,
Listen to how much to the sides these are compared to our first hi-hat.
yeah, that's true.
Massive difference. Now final sides these are compared to our first hi-hat. Massive difference. Now finally, let's fix this absolute disaster of the lead. As you can hear, it's trying to live in the same space as the chords, which is really bad. What we could do is move this lead up one octave and the 3D space would be kind of fixed, but I also don't think the sound fit the synthwave vibe and genre of music we're going for. So what I'll do is search on Splice exactly what we're looking for, something synthwave-ish and a lead. And I'll just go through a ton of these leads and save the ones I like the most. And then we test these leads in context with the whole track. And when we cycle through sounds like this with the whole mix, and when we hit the right one, you'll hear it fall into the track like a puzzle piece.
That's more flat, yeah. Oh,
Does not fit. This one sounds great. Does not fit again. This one sounds great.
what? I'm so
So
confused
eventually I
about that
found
one.
these two leads and I moved one of them up one octave to make it fit better in our room. Now compare it to the old lead. Obviously the new lead fits the style better and it sits higher on top of the chords. And now it's genuinely sounding professional, like this is major label quality. But there's still one thing I think we can improve further: the kick. The drum loops sound great, it's just that the kick is missing some sub bass. Because when the bass and sub bass is ducking in volume due to the sidechain, the kick takes the low end by itself. So because it doesn't have a lot of sub bass, it sounds a bit empty in the low end when the kick hits. So let's just add a quick small boost here. And that's it. We took this track from sounding amateur to sounding professional in just a few minutes. So here's the final before and after.
Sure, few minutes. So loud. That sounds like completely two different songs.
And like I said before, this
Yeah, I mean, I can totally tell that this version sounded a lot more refined because all the sound like are so balanced to each other. Like each sound that are stacked upon each other feels as if they are not intruding, while the other one feels like, oh, the voice is too high, and then one of the sound is too small, and then where the hell is the bass? I can actually hear a difference, but like the difference is so major that I feel like it turned into a completely different song. I think this is more a subjective taste. The kick here is way too loud.
And like I said before,
I can barely hear the hi-hat, but the rest of the sound, yeah, is all there. I can hear it. Well, it's crazy how there's so many sounds just stacking on each other and it just sounds like music. That's so cool. That's so cool. But at the same time, this is a helpful tip. Like a helpful tutorial tip. But like actually practicing on it, I feel like it's gonna take a long time. And unfortunately, I don't have time. I don't have enough time today, so we're gonna cut short our like studies in this video. If we're gonna cut off 30 minutes of studies of this from this video. So yeah, it's very unfortunate. I wish I had more time to mess around with the sounds and audios. I actually even have like songs that I want to listen to, and then I want to find samples of each individual sound that is in Cakewalk. Like, yeah, because I'll give you guys an example before I end the video. Here's an example of... Wait, have I not been... Oh, oops. I haven't been like... Oh, I haven't opened this whole time. Oops. Sorry. Song. Oh, art. Music. Track. Okay. These are these are sound effects and basically like sounds that I downloaded from a music creator called Deco, and he has a lot of good sounds, and all of his sounds are used in his songs, and I love his songs. Okay, I could barely hear that. Where's the noise? Yeah, there we go. There's the noise. Kind of small, but yeah. Ooh, it's loud. Oh, that sounded nice. Yeah, those are all like bass noises from Deco. So yeah. Next time I'll probably spend a little bit more time on music, but I'm gonna end the video, guys. Embrace yourself, learn what you love what you do the best to be the better you. Learning never ends. Ending means quitting, so just fail and try again.